Hello everyone, I figured that it's been a really long time since I've put out a video. I did actually, that's lovely right there, just now seeing it, this should be an outtake, but you know. Um, it's been, actually I did make something about 2 weeks ago, if memory serves me correctly. And I just haven't edited it. It was before or during all of the fair entries stuff. I was at the fair tonight and it was like hot and humid, and now I'm like, just trying to I don't do well in heat, and my hair doesn't do well in heat, and it's all like coming out. I have like 10,000 bobby pins and it hurts my head. It really does. So anyway, I was looking at all of my, well actually it's not a whole lot of pictures. I swear I was like thinking of things to say and game plan for this video, and it's just been straight shot to you know where in the last minute. Maybe I needed more sleep. Yeah. So I did finally get, actually, let me just start from the beginning because it has been so long. Like, I even forgot how my setup was. Like, I was sitting there on my camera, like, putting my cell phone up on the shelf, and I'm like, why isn't the lighting right? Like, why do I have, like, this shadow, like, right here? And then I realized, oh, my light ring, which is actually, when it is not hanging for me, I actually use it to light my African violets on a shelf over there. So yeah. So it's been a long time. Was it been like 3 weeks, I think? I have been stressing out over my fair entries. I normally crochet a lot of my entries, or I normally crochet entries. I might include a picture of some of what I've been doing, or at least one of them. My one true proud entry, which I'm a little disappointed in where it placed. But given when I asked the head superintendent of the fair of that department, she kind of looked at my entry and then looked at what won first, and she was like, I'm really sorry, I have no idea why. There was just no comparison. I hate to be like, kind of snooty, stuck up. I'm a little bit more advanced at crocheting, so I can spot things out that would not be acceptable in a really legit kind of type of judging. I look really pasty right now. I really am pasty. I don't go out in the sun. It's not good for you. It's so totally random comment, but anyway. So I will try to include that somewhere. Hopefully my room is a disaster from fair. Literally a disaster. Like, I'm telling you, when I do fair things, I'm usually like, by July, at least by July 1st, I know I did this year, I at least, sit down and work from the time I get up until the time that I finally decide to go to bed, and I'm straight crocheting the entire day. I think for the last week, up until I had to drop them off, I had to drop them off, I think, last Saturday. Right now it's currently Sunday. Well, actually it's Monday because it's like, oh, it's still Sunday because it's 11:46. I'm early. Can't you tell? Because normally I do things like 2, 3 a.m. But anyway. We were out, so I had makeup on, so I thought, hey, why not, do a video? Woo! You should probably be used to the sudden weird outbursts from me. So I had to do that. For those 2 weeks, I was also entering in my African violets. I entered in 2 different categories, one for a flowering houseplant and another specifically for African violets. I was legit freaking out, praying to anyone and everything I possibly could, because not only was I an idiot because I repotted all of my African violets, I took a lot of leaves off, plus whatever has been going on, so I don't have a lot of leaves to begin with. So they're still kind of recovering and trying to get used to the watering system. I'm still not used to the whole new watering system. Plus, according to the American African Violet Society, is it U.S. American United States African Violet? It's something like that. It's something, I don't know why I can't remember how it is. It's some long name that everyone's just, I don't know. Anyway, they say to like 6 to 8 weeks, which I was barely pushing 6 weeks. I kind of need 8 weeks or maybe 10. I was freaking out. The one that I really wanted to put in, which is down below here, it was like going to be my showstopper. I know what kind of blooms I can get on it. It's so pretty, and I was trying to go for the wow factor, and it was not. It's just now starting to bloom, and it had to be delivered last Wednesday, I believe, because the fair started on the Thursday. FYI, if you wanted to know. I was legit like freaking out because like nothing was really in bloom. Like I was going to enter in my Walmart. I'm calling it the Walmart special because it is the one random Walmart African violet, the only African violet I've ever seen in Walmart. I mean, it reminds me of Michelle from Optimera. If anyone remembers what that looks like, I'll try to get a picture down below or somewhere around here. Wherever it's going to end up in fitting, it might take up the whole thing. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of that one, but I noticed it was just starting to bloom. I actually had one flower and the rest were in buds, but it has like, the color wasn't in, so it kind of reminds me of like Dalmatians when they're puppies, that they're just white and then they eventually grow into their spots. And I saw them not last night, but tonight, and they're just starting to color up a little bit, not a whole lot. The one plant that I had to enter, because it was really the only one that was really truly ready, because the rules stated it had to be in bloom, which they didn't really follow and adhere to the other rules that were included, which was totally frustrating for me, because obviously I was the only person who have ever gone onto the fair website and read all of the rules. I was also freaking out because in the rules it stated that it has to have a name, which when I dropped them off, they were like, oh, that's only for certain items, and I'm like, but it says it right on the rules. Like, can I get props for being the only one that looked at the rules? Because I was the only one, because I wanted to make sure I got the correct time, and I know with my other entries, my crochet entries, that had to be turned in earlier than they have been in the last few years, and I know a lot of people didn't really know about that. So props for me for following the directions. Like, remember in school how you were given that one piece of paper where we did it in like Chipman, or not Chipman, junior high. We call it Chipman, but anyway, beside the point. It's too much information for a lot of people that really probably don't even care, and don't be creepy and look me up either. But anyway, it would give you like this paper where if you actually follow the directions, you didn't have to do any of the paper, because in the first directions it says that you don't have to do any of the, the following questions. But a lot of us got it wrong because we just immediately started without reading. But anyway, that was just like, the things my brain remembers and thinks of is just amazing. That's what's at the point. I need something to drink because I'm thirsty. Hopefully this time I won't squirt it all over my shirt before I start, because that's what happened the last time. And yeah. But anyway, so yeah, the one African violet that's not really my favorite right now, at least, I don't really care for it. I mean, it's pretty, I like it, it's just not one of my faves. The leaves are like narrow that of, and they kind of like, the edges kind of curl under a little bit. The last time it was in bloom, actually that one in particular is one of my, I call them my 6-inchers. I have 3 of them, or maybe 4. They actually stay in another room that's in a west facing window, and then I take out one of them and display it in the kitchen. And the last time I displayed it in the kitchen, it suddenly just died on me. Well, not really died, but it just the blooms were spent quickly. I was losing leaves left and right, and I was like, oh my goodness. And this was like 6-8 weeks ago, so I'm actually surprised that it's even remotely in good shape now. If you really look at it and you look at like the rosette part of how it looks, because there's supposed to be a rosette shape to your African violet, which I personally am loving the rosette shape. I strive for it. Some look better than others when going for it. Like, for instance, this has like a rosette shape, but it's not as pretty. I think it's because of the leaves, and it's just not as pretty. But anyway, this is not one of my favorites either, and it really needs to be watered. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say they're not my favorites, because they're all kind of my favorites. I wouldn't give any of them up. But anyway, but there's like one side there's more leaves on it, and I actually like dissected it a little bit to make it even. And I'm like, this is just not going to win. I was debating on whether to enter it in or not, because I'm like, this is like a reflection of my growing. Like, not that anyone really truly knows that I make YouTube videos about my African violets. I'm sure it's against the rules, but I don't make any money off of it, so. Anyway, you know, it's just a reflection of me and my work, and how can I sit there and go on about my African violets and tell you guys to do this, and this is what I do, and not that I really tell you guys to do anything, because what works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. But I do live in a small town, a very small state. They might not really judge it the way I think they should in a legit judging type thing, and it's not. Of course, I will say that out of the very like handful that was there, mine was probably the best one. So I did win first place on that one, which it just figures the one I really did not want to enter, I did not want to put into the fair, was the one they wanted to go into the fair. So everything happens for a reason, and I knew that there was just something weird about why this one particular thing just was determined to be. I mean, for like a week or two, I had like the lights on 24/7. I had a group of them. Like, this right here was going to be one of them. I thought about putting one of these in there, you know, a cute small one. Who doesn't love a cute small little flower? But I didn't like the one leaf, like, right there. It has like a weird little notch in it. It only had one bloom, not that it really matters, but you know, it's hard to figure out with this small town what they're looking for. Of course, I was also hoping for this one to bloom, which is just now starting to, if it stopped focusing on me, or, yeah. I think this is like Boo Man or something. It's been so long since I've seen this flower. I thought it was, maybe it's not Boo Man. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you need to label your plants, because then you won't be sitting there making a 13-minute long video going, oh, what is this one called? I know I have a Boo Man and there's something else, but one of them has got like a pinkish, not pinkish, but a bluish, purplish flower. Okay, we're gonna figure this out, and I'll like write it, because epic fail. Okay, that's the other one. And I know when I got them too, and I know one of these relates to my 3-year situation. And I have so many of these leaves too. We'll figure it out. Actually, we're gonna pause and figure it out. Okay, I figured it out. It is Sugar Bear Blues that I was thinking of. That's the blue one, which obviously Sugar Bear Blues, and actually it was the one that I took apart on a video here. But that is Boo Man, which it really is about the 3-year situation. But anyway, so yeah, that has been my month so far. This whole month has been dedicated to the Delaware State Fair, and I really wish they would appreciate the work I do for them. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm really upset that my orchids are like, remember like my peaches and cream one? Yeah. I don't know if it's because of the moss. I've only watered it once. And I let this thing dry out. And I do mean dry out. I watered it, and then we're just dying. Like, even my other new one, I'm gonna like sneak over here. My room is such a mess. You're not seeing my room. We're gonna like put this right there. Like this one, like I call this one Freckles because it's got like little, hold on, let me change out here. Let's get professional about this, right? Let's see, can ya, it's got like little freckles in the middle. Maybe you can't, I don't know where the little, but anyway. So yeah, I have like, I might have plucked them off. The flowers are falling off, either that they've already fallen off. But yeah, I don't really like them. I can't deal with buds, blooms falling on my orchids. I can't do it. I just can't. I'll never get used to it. I'm never gonna like it. It's always gonna make me sad. And then I did buy a new orchid, but it's okay. It's not like super awesome. It's probably similar to one of the other ones, but what's wrong with more, right? I mean, who doesn't love more? So yeah, this is my newest one. It's got like a pinkishy purple, like fuchsia. It's got like a glow to it. I might have something that's very similar to this. It might not be exactly like this. But yeah. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? Is everyone else good? I'm tired. My contouring is pretty on point today, considering I scraped my foundation off my face about a zillion times. Gotta love dry skin. I guess that's really it. Nothing's really in bloom, plus my last video that you guys have not seen just yet, is kind of going through all of my violets, which I think I'm going to hold off because there are buds coming, and I figure there's no point in showing everything that's similar to the video that you guys haven't seen yet if all of these are going to start blooming, and then I can do like a, you know, a video. I can show you something new I have. So something I have, oh wow, I mean, you know, I'm from a small country, or small state, so yeah, this is my newest. I do have it on my old video, or the video that you have not seen yet. It's actually, the lights were off and I just turned them on, so they're all like pointed downwards. It kind of reminds you of a prayer plant, if anyone knows anything about a prayer plant. When it's dark, the plant kind of closes up, and then when it's bright, it opens up. And this does the same. It's got like a little, it kind of looks like little butterflies or moths. Like these things, they kind of open up. I do think I have in the other video that you guys haven't seen yet, I have a showing you that, which I think that are open. These have not opened yet. These are kind of, because I just turned the lights on 19 minutes and 14 seconds ago, to be exact. But anyway, that is kind of everything. I just kind of wanted to like, hey, did you forget about me? I'll be back. I will eventually edit that video. I've just been kind of like getting back into like normal non-crochet mood. I should learn to talk, but anyway, my phone's blinking at me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll come back.